So I was teaching a photography workshop recently, and when I asked the group what they wanted to learn, one person said, all my photos just look flat. And I totally get it. You see something beautiful in front of you, something that moves you, but when you try to capture it, the photo doesn't just fail to pop, it falls completely flat. You look at it and go, meh. Maybe you can relate? Well, you're not alone. The important thing is not to panic or start questioning your ability, not that I've ever done that before. The trick is to stay curious, keep shooting, and be willing to experiment. Because more often than not, the fix is simpler than you think. That same person, when looking at photos, was able to identify what was working and why. She knew more than she realized, she just needed to use it. So today, we're going to break down why some photos fall flat and how to instantly bring more life, more emotion, more interest into your images. By the end, I want you to identify exactly what you need to learn to improve your photography and then get after it. I'm Brenda Bergering, a photographer and videographer here with practical photography tips to help you learn, create, and elevate. Hit subscribe if you want to take your photography from meh to meaningful. Let's start with some of the top reasons your photos might feel a little boring. Reason number one, the light isn't working. Light is everything in photography. It literally means drawing with light. And if the light in your image is flat, harsh, or uninspired, it's really hard to make the photo feel alive, no matter how interesting the subject is. Harsh midday sun can kill the mood, deep shade can hide emotion, and bad light doesn't always mean wrong light, it just means it's not doing anything interesting. So before you blame your camera or your editing, take a look at what the light is doing. Control the light when you can, which sometimes means just shifting your body position. And when the light is bad from all directions, learn how to work with what you have, which we'll talk about in the next section. Reason number two, your photos are boring. The composition is too safe. You always shoot from eye level with your subject in the center of the frame, and it's going to feel predictable. And that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means your photo might not have any tension or energy. So try breaking the rules. Use leading lines, frame your subject off center, change your point of view. A simple shift in your composition can completely change the feeling of a photo. And if this is your problem, it might be time to learn more about composition. Reason number three, your photos are boring. There's no moment, no clear subject or story. It might be a pretty scene, but is it about anything? Every strong photo has a focal point, a mood, a message, something that makes the viewer feel or think. Ask yourself, what is this photo about? If you don't know, your viewer probably won't either. So instead of just photographing something, try to photograph about something. And then number four, there's editing. Over editing or under editing can make or break an image. If your colors are too saturated or your shadows are crushed, it can feel unnatural. But skipping editing altogether can also leave a photo feeling unfinished. You don't need to go crazy with presets or filters. In fact, please don't. Just be intentional. Think of editing as storytelling, not just stylizing. So how do you take a boring photo and make it better? The first thing I recommend, you might be able to guess, is to look for light. Before you even think about your subject or your composition, where's the light coming from? What is it hitting? What is it doing? Beautiful light can elevate even the simplest scene. So find the light first, then find your subject. Let's just talk for a quick second about light, but since that's not what this video is about, feel free to leave a comment if you want me to dive deeper into learning about how to see light, and I'll make a video on that. I like to use the acronym CHAI, like chai latte, for the qualities of light that we want to learn how to look for. The C is for color. Is it golden light? Is it blue light? Or is it somewhere along that spectrum? H is for hardness. You probably know about soft and hard light. Soft light is usually diffused, maybe by a cloud or open shade. Soft window light will have a different effect than hard, direct sun, which brings us to A for angle. What angle is the light coming from? Is it above, from the back, front, side? Backlight, front light, and side light are all more fun to play with, in my opinion, than that midday sun from directly above, which causes harsh shadows on absolutely everybody. Which brings us to intensity. How intense is the light? Is it nuclear and blinding and harsh? Do we feel like we're under investigation or in our doctor's office? Or is it more pleasing, like at the spa? Is the difference between the light and the shadows extreme and intense, or is it more balanced? Starting to see these differences in your daily life will help you learn to capture them in your photography. Let's move on to number 2. Shoot from weird angles. Get low, climb up, look for reflections, photograph through something. A new angle can add so much energy to an otherwise ordinary shot. It doesn't have to be dramatic, it just has to be different. This doesn't mean just spinning your focal ring, it means moving your body. Get high, get low, get near, get far, move around until you start to see the scene differently. You might need to get low to avoid a distracting background, or get further away to get more context in your frame. You might move around and suddenly see patterns or leading lines or other composition elements that you can include. And then, number 3, always find the moment. A focal point or an emotion. What draws your eye in, makes you feel something? Even in a landscape, there can be a moment, a person walking through, a burst of light, a wave crashing. Strip away all the distractions until your subject pops. Choose what to include, what to exclude, crop tighter to eliminate the distractions, or frame wider to tell more of a story. And on this note, let's talk about timing and patience, because sometimes it's not what you're shooting, it's when. The same scene at different times of day can tell totally different stories. Wait for the wind to catch someone's hair, wait for the clouds to part, wait for the moment someone laughs or glances over their shoulder. Photography isn't always about finding the perfect shot, it's about waiting for it. And then shoot through that moment. In the digital world, we don't need to be afraid to use burst mode to make sure we capture the exact right moment. Sometimes the perfect moment comes right after your planned shot. The moments between what's expected. If you're still feeling stuck, here are a handful of creative challenges to shake things up. Let's do 10. First, try shooting a silhouette. This forces you to focus on shape and light instead of detail and color. It's a great way to see the world differently. Second, shoot with one focal length that you're not used to. Limiting your gear makes you more creative. You'll be forced to move your body and think differently. Third, just go on a photo walk. Not only will this train your eye to look for small, interesting moments in the everyday, it also teaches you to slow down and be intentional. And number 4, try playing with motion blur. Be sure to subscribe because I'll be publishing a video to help you do just that. Number 5, shoot on manual mode. This will help you learn your camera in a more intimate way so that you can try new things with your settings. You might make mistakes, but that, my friends, is part of learning. And if you need to know how to shoot on manual mode, that video is here. Number 6, try black and white. When you see things in black and white, it draws your eye differently. It helps you see light, contrast, details, and more. Number 7, look at the work of a photographer that you like and deconstruct what's working. Pay attention to light, composition, color, focal length, moment. Sometimes it's easier to first critique someone else's work and then take that same eye and turn it on your own. Number 8, play with light. Shoot frontlit, backlit, and from both sides and see how it changes one image. Number 9, pick a composition technique and try to learn it. It might feel forced and unnatural at first, but that's how it eventually becomes natural. And number 10, pick a bad habit and try to break it. Identify some of your bad habits, like maybe you're always cutting off people's fingers or feet, or allowing too many distractions in the frame, or weird things behind people's heads. Do your photos look boring because they're always shot at a certain angle, focal length? Then try to break that. So, if your photos feel boring, it doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you haven't found the story yet. And remember, a photo doesn't need to be perfect to be powerful. It just needs to say something. And sometimes saying something starts with waiting, noticing, and trying again. Next up, you might want to check out my video on travel photography tips to make those travel photos a little less boring and a little more enticing. I'll see you over there.